Hello, this is the review video for the New Testament survey, quiz number 5. I'm going to make it a real easy quiz for you today, and so I hope that you will just watch this very quickly and be able to do well. I have 10 questions. They are 10 points apiece, and a bonus question worth 10 points. You can get 110% on this quiz, which means that would help your quiz column quite a bit. All right, very quickly, there are just 2 sets of questions. There are a couple of list questions, and then there are a couple of just simple short answer questions. All right? First of all, we talked about at the very end of 1 Corinthians, the rules for tongues. Boy, that sounds like a list to me, doesn't it? I gave you 4 rules. Very simply, there could be only 1 or 2 to 3 speaking in tongues at a time. Everybody must take turns. Tongues needed to be interpreted. And number 4, women were not allowed to do it, all right? So no more than 2 or 3 at a time. Everyone must take turns, all right? Tongues must be interpreted, and women weren't allowed to do it. Second of all, we talked about the resurrection. We mentioned the resurrection is very simply the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's called the gospel, and hopefully you know that. We talked as well in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 that Paul mentioned that there were at least 500 people that saw Jesus alive at one time. In the book of 2 Corinthians, we talked about several things, but we talked about the ministry and especially the ministry of the word. We mentioned the fact that people that minister in the word, as in preachers, need to do the ministry honestly. They need to do things that would exalt Christ, and the fact that the ministry may be difficult, but also it's very rewarding. And then finally, we mentioned the demands of the ministry. We mentioned that somebody that's doing the ministry should give no offense. They ought to stay separated from the world. They ought to be joyful in tribulations and care for the saints. And so that is the review video. Very simply, I'm going to ask just a couple of some of those, all right? And so hopefully you'll know those lists. Once again, there's only 10 answers, all right? So you can kind of imagine what that entails. Hope you get 110% and increase the quiz column that you have. I'll be praying for you. See you on Tuesday.